Nalo Vibes in the building.
How's it, gents? Josh from Deep Freak Media. Welcome back to another episode of Brave with Your Brain. Today we've got Nalo Vibes. How's it, bro?
You know what it is, man. I'm good,
Thank you
man.
very much
I'm
for
good,
taking
my
the time to
brother.
take your time, bro. I'm gonna give you the first opportunity. For those that don't know you, who is Nalo?
Okay, Nalo is a brand that has been built by the people. It's something that, when I used to go live, I used to have this, yo guys, Nalo Vibes out here. How you guys doing? I used to, have the uplifting spirit live.
Okay.
So then people were like in the live, I also want to have the Nalo Vibes. I also want to have Nalo Vibes, the vibes like you, that vibes. And then people were like, I'm going to call you Nalo Vibes.
Okay.
I also want, and then it became a brand. And then I started doing research because I wanted to know now if I'm going to take this thing public as Nalo Vibes, this thing needs to mean something.
Yeah.
I can't just go with Nalo Vibes and I don't know what Nalo means.
Okay.
So I went to go do research.
Give a close up here for the camera. It's
Yeah.
actually really quiet, bro, because I mean, I've got my branding on my sweater, and you obviously see it on the podcast somewhere around here. But that's some dedication here, bro.
Yeah, I believe in my brand, bro. The brand is there for the people.
Yeah.
It's there to uplift other brands.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we are doing. We are trying to, bring things to the people.
Yeah.
Trying to help the people become better, help the community become better. And that's why we went into the MMH awareness campaign.
Yeah.
That is a baby of the Nalo Vibes brand.
Yeah. We're gonna touch on it now, yeah.
Yeah. So the Nalo Vibes brand is a brand that has been built to make sure that everything is first person.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to worry about this, that, and the other. So when we take content is first person.
Yeah.
So people always feel like they are there because it's the Nalo Vibes. It's being part of the Nalo Vibes. So when you watch a video, when people normally when they meet us, and then they normally like, you remember that day when you were riding there? I was panicking. I was thinking like you guys are not gonna make it. Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that makes us, feel part of this movement. Because it's a big movement that is there to help other brands, and it's just amazing to be part of this thing. Because when we drive down any street, it's Nalo Vibes. Hey, JR, how's it? Like that kind of thing. Where's Eric? That's a popular question that we normally get because Eric was one of the guys that we got on the side of the road, coming down.
I didn't get to follow your whole journey, but I saw, what is it, Rian's son, eh?
Yeah, that's Didi.
Didi, okay.
Didi
I saw
Dablo.
Didi.
Yeah.
Okay, Didi Dablo.
Yeah, that is.
How many guys are you all in all in the cycling though? Do you have like permanent residents, or is it like if you want to join, you can join?
You see, this is that's okay. So let's get into the MMH awareness movement.
Before we go there, this is something that somebody asked me to ask you. That's I'm asking you. I've got another follow-up question.
So ask that.
With the movement of the bicycles specifically, the cycling. I don't know if you've seen the 5am running club. Shout out to you guys. I definitely want to have a chat to you as well. But the guys are asking like, they see 2 or 3 people. Obviously, I don't know everybody personally or by name. But they're asking now, how do they get involved if they would like to cycle with you to a certain destination? Do you apply? Do they speak to Nalo Vibes? Do you have to be part of the movement? Is there an application process, or is it just a bunch of friends that are supporting the cause and Nalo Vibes going on the journey?
You see, it started off with me alone.
Yeah.
And then people got inspired by what I was doing because I went through a divorce, being with a person for 7 years and then dating them for 5 years and being married for 12 years. That's 17 years in total that we were together. So coming from that, I lost everything. I lost my mind, first of all, because that's where it starts. You lose your mind first. And when you lose your mind, you try and find your mind in other people that you used to, be linked with and all of that. So then you try, and then because of the stigma that has been built around men, men don't normally speak.
Yeah.
So we create a platform and we say, let's break the silence. So we open it up for men to join. It was first, then I met JR, then the movement started growing bigger after the Didi trip. Then I met JR, in Tsitsikamma, also on a trip that I was doing there in
Are you from
Tsitsikamma.
Tsitsikamma? So you're not living here?
No, he is living here now.
Oh, okay. Now I thought you drove in for the podcast. I was going to say, bro, that's a good drive, eh? That's some real numbers, I say.
Yeah, so then JR was like, I'm gonna be part of this movement.
Okay.
Before that, I saw his passion for bicycles and for my bikes and my story and all of that. And
Yeah,
like, he's already done a trip, and he he loves this, and he just didn't have anyone to do it with. He didn't have support and all of that, and he ran out of money because he didn't know how all of these things work. He just thought it's just a go and
Yeah.
you know.
That's really
And then
inspiring,
before that, I blessed him. Before he even told me that, I blessed him with this bike. This was the bike that I started the journey with, that I was blessed with.
Okay.
You know, so that's why we want to try and get more bicycles sponsored.
Okay.
You know, so that we can open it up to people that want to join or want to cycle. So that's why we want to have the camper. We want to buy a bus, convert it into a camper, and then the guys sleep in the camper, and on top of the camper in tents.
Okay.
And at the back, there's spare bikes. So you live in Potchefstroom. We're going to pass through Potchefstroom. You want to join us. You know, so you come from that 200 k's before Potchefstroom, you meet us there, you get onto a bike, you ride through Potchefstroom, you ride 200 k's after Potchefstroom, and then you put a bike on, and then your people come fetch you. So you spend like that 400 k's, that is about 4 days that you are spending with us. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we can grow, we have enough time to actually talk, because we are not allowed to talk as men, because you are called a sissy, you are called a klaar, wees net sterk man. You know, manne moet net sterk wees, manne wys nie emotion nie.
Yeah.
You know, but my question is always, why would God create me with all of these emotions and all of these things if I mustn't, make use of it?
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to feel these things, but where it comes in is that our men have a lack of controlling these emotions. Because of the surrounding environment that we are placed in.
The social stigmas.
Yes. So we just want to open it up for men, from any, if you are over the age of 18, you are able to come on the journey with us. If you have your own bike, you can come on the journey with us. You understand what I'm saying? It's just something that we want to grow. We are working on the indemnity form system, and we're also working on registrations, because for short trips like weekends or like that, then we want to charge a registration fee to at least cover, like for food or something like that, like a 250. That you pay, and then it's like a weekend trip. So from the Friday, and then we come back the Sunday. So then men you don't pay for the experience. You are paying so that you can, you are
Just have some
contributing,
refreshments and
yes,
something.
because those things, because we don't have these kind of partners yet, we need to cover these things ourselves. That's why we partnered up with Gino's driving school. Gino said, if you guys bring us customers, for every customer you bring us, we are gonna put money into your account towards the MMH awareness campaign. And that is a brilliant thing. That has come up as an opportunity for us, and we are grabbing that, because that is going to help us a lot. So if we can get people to contact Gino and say, hey,
Give him a
Nalo
shout out.
Vibes
Where is he based?
Gino is based here in Port Elizabeth.
For those that don't know, must know behind the camera. Which
Gino
area?
is based in Bettelsdorp. He is on that side, but he covers Port Elizabeth, Utenhage, Humansdorp, all the surroundings. Yes.
And is it only code 8, or does he do 10
No,
and
he does
14
from
as well?
bicycle to 14. From bike to 14. Not bicycle. Bike to 14. So he does cover all of that, and also learners and all of those things. So he's offered, to help the cause. And that's why we also want to work on a badge that we want to send to our partners, that they can actually put it onto their branding, and they can say, we support men's mental health. MMH awareness. So when people see that, and then they know that this is associated, this is a company that is supporting the movement that we all love.
Busy with the good thing. How did you actually come to the realization this can be something sustainable, not necessarily only in terms of a business, but that the next person or the next persons are going through something similar to what you're going through.
Are you talking about the Nalo Vibes brand or
The Nalo Vibes brand now.
So the Nalo Vibes brand,
Let me explain, sorry, if I'm not clear, but the Nalo Vibes brand is similar to what I do, right? So in our community or communities that we have, we live in a smaller town, right?
Yes, sir.
I keep on saying this on the podcast, but we don't necessarily have access or as much access to things like radio, TV, film advertisements, TikTok, for instance, where you're also doing very, very well. But this is something that maybe you wanted to do for yourself. I'm starting this awareness group now, but I don't have the person, or like you said now offline, the team to help me boost or advertise or show this to the people that might be looking to get interested to sponsor or participate in my project type of vibe.
Yes, so the Nalo Vibes brand, basically, it started before even, to be honest, and I started out at the beginning, and I had weed smoking vibes, but it wasn't on camera.
Okay.
First, it was on camera because I didn't know, I got banned. I learned a little bit here, there, and I was like, okay, let me try this way. So I pushed the limits to social media.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I can go. It's like you mapping out something and you're on your way. Now you check, okay, I can only go for till here. The mic only works till here. So then you walk and you're like, okay, I can only go to this point here. When I go to that side, okay, I can only go to that point. So I mapped out social media like that.
And what are you starting with at this point in time? Do you have a camera? Do you have a phone? You started somewhere with a phone off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay. No, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just asking because, like I'm saying, somebody on the other side of the lens might not understand your journey
give me
or
that phone.
what you're doing.
Tell me about the phone on that second trip.
Yeah,
And when it was started.
So this is a Samsung. What is it?
I still have that phone at home. My son is using that phone. He said, Daddy, I don't care about this. I can move the phone a little bit and then it will stand still, but it will be out of focus.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's all right. I can go close and I can see where the face is.
Okay.
And then, because I believe that I'm a qualified electrician, qualified mechatronics and HBRC registered builder. Very much qualified. Ne? I walked away in 2013 from 28,000 Rand. That was the last money that I got paid into my bank account at Bentley Automotive, So that was just working 4 months. And then I was like, there's too much work politics. People break each other down. People want to, step on each other to get to the top. And I'm not about that vibe. I'm not about fighting to get to the top. We can work together. We can get to a common goal. We can build each other in each other's strengths.
Yeah.
That's why we have all of these activities. When you go to leadership schools or like prefects or whatever, they get all taught all of these leadership things. Subconsciously, they get taught, look for your kind, make like a dog, woof, woof, woof. Now you must look for all the dogs, everyone that is making the dog sound. So that is something that we can apply in life. So taking everything into consideration, I came to see that I was always, when I was small, I always was like, if I have a big, eyes, I'm gonna make a difference in life. I'm gonna make a positive change, a lasting change, and I'm gonna go through the gray area doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's a gray area. There's like a side where you are following the system according to the T, and then there's a side where the ghetto operates from that side, and then there's a side in the middle. So when you are there in the middle, you are able to learn this. Okay, I done Uber for a while as well, for like 7-8 years. So I've learned, I had the opportunity to learn personality. So I was in personality school for 7 to 8 years.
Okay.
Basically.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because obviously you have to entertain the customers.
Yes.
And you have to
Yes.
adapt basically to their mood when they enter the vehicle. Okay.
Yes. So that's why I'm able to be tripping a moor. So now, yeah, that's my go-to guy. You know, he knows what happens behind. And then I would walk out here and then it would be like, hey guys, you know what it is, you know? And then, you know, I've learned to separate my emotions from what I need to do. Because if I go out here and I'm very much aware of energy. So if I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna transfer that energy to other people.
Yeah.
You know, there was times at first where I wasn't brand aware, where I was like, fuck you, yeah, this, that. Sorry for that, but you're gonna peep
Yeah.
that out probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all of those kind, I was like, you know, reactive. I always wanted to react and so, hey, you're not gonna come at me because
Yeah.
I've got everything down.
Yeah.
I've got the receipts for everything.
Yeah.
Not physical receipts, but
No,
you
no,
know
I
how
get
we
you.
talk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so everything that I do, there is, you know,
Something, yeah.
links to the big thing. It's like the totalitarian tiptoe.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like doing something here, doing a little bit there, doing a little bit there, doing a little
Right.
bit there. But all of the moves are strategic to bring to the bigger picture. And then when it all is done, all that pillars are built, and then it's much easier
Yeah.
to bring the structure into place. You know,
Okay,
so
I
that's
got
how
you.
I see us in the northern areas, in the ghetto, standing together. Imagine all these businesses, all of us stand together to support each other. We have a barber network where the one barber, there's a guy there on that side that wants to cut. Then he says, no, that barber is closer to you. Go to that barber. Then this barber says, no, I've got a client there. Hey, go there to that man. That man is closer to you, you know.
The
I'm
power
just
of
making...
referral. No, I get you. I'm with you. I understand,
So
100%.
for me, if we can build that,
Yeah.
we don't need to depend on the government.
Yeah.
We don't complain about petrol prices. We
Yeah.
don't complain about anything,
Anything.
because we are working together to build
One
our
another.
community. Because
Okay.
here, bro, truth be told,
No, I know what you want to say.
Yeah.
Let's rather not get into
let's
that.
not get into that part.
But let's build.
Let's build as
Yeah.
as a community so that we can grow.
Yeah.
We won't be able to grow if the one is gonna push the other one down.
That's a very good point you made now. I'm gonna just drop and change a little bit quickly.
Yeah, let's
You're
do
very
it.
good with what you do. I've seen you in action before. Apologies, I wasn't able to join the Wind Farm event. I was supposed to come and vlog
no
there, but
problem.
unfortunately I had to work.
No, I get you.
So what I want to ask you is, before we get to your TikTok, where you're also doing very good. You're doing amazing, actually. That's why I got up to get the phone now. So you're just under 60K followers.
Yes.
That's
And on
amazing.
Facebook, it's about over 13K.
Over 13K. Yeah, congratulations. That's amazing, bro. We have this thing, or I have this thing where I say this on the podcast, your numbers don't lie, right? So you've invested some time, some effort, some energy, some education, because I can hear you've actually done some research as to what is working, what isn't working, what is growing, what is dampening or killing not only Nalo Vibes, but you as a brand, if I can put it that way. So your followers, they fluctuate, if I can put it that way. I'm sure you're aware of it, right?
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, what does your WhatsApp reach? How many people view your status on a daily basis?
I put it on private. I don't want to see. I don't want my mind to be affected by numbers. I want to do it out of the love of doing it, not because the numbers are big.
Okay. Okay. That's something different. That's something different. It's not to compare scores with you. It's just something that we ask more because at the moment for us in South Africa, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Mixit is apparently coming back. I don't know if you're part of the Mixit era. Were you on Mixit
I
once
was
upon a time?
mixed, bro. I was, yeah.
Once upon a time,
Too hot
eh?
to handle, man. Yeah.
Is it? So there's this thing on, I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok and actually on Facebook, where Mixit is actually relaunching posters and what have you. So I don't know if this is like legit or whatever the case may be.
But they might be
we've
taking over, man.
We don't know, but I mean, we've not evolved, but we've moved to a different platform now, where WhatsApp is an extremely, extremely powerful tool.
Yes.
Like you just said now, the building or the power of referral, where you could maybe say, I maybe meet the biker. I'm not a biker at this present moment in time. Taggy, don't worry, we'll get there. Maybe Taggy can join you. You check Tego at Kingshine. He's must now start cycling recently. But I mean, if I can maybe refer him to you, theoretically speaking,
Yes,
now
sir.
that's a biker, he will know something that I do not know. You get what I'm trying to say? This is part of
The
the tricks
bikers are
and the
going to
trades.
fight us now if you say biker. You must say cyclist. They're
Oh,
going to say you're
cyclist, sorry.
not. They are not bikers.
Or is the biker like a
Yo.
motorbiker now?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yo, we met up with a biking team there just before Bloemfontein. They came out and their team came to come support us and
Okay.
gave us some refreshments and things
Okay.
like that. And some funds as well to carry us through for fuel and
Okay.
things for like a day or two.
Okay.
So then that's where we were like, we are not the same. That lady said we are
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the
We
same.
are not the
So
same.
yeah.
Okay, I understand. The other question I got from somebody when I told him I'm going to interview you today was, how do you choose your hair color?
I choose my hair color based on what I want to amplify. So
Okay.
if I want to amplify men's mental health, I will do it blue.
Okay.
If I want to amplify like the festive season, I would probably do red.
Okay.
I am a very much brand aware person. So that's why people will see me being in the weirdest styles, but trying to draw attention because the most important thing as a brand that is a media brand, you need to always draw attention, and I think that I've gotten to a point where I'm close to getting to mastering that part, you know. So I just believe in growing
Yeah.
and not letting small things
Distract
stop
you.
you
Yeah.
from getting to the end goal.
No, for sure. I hear what you're saying, bro, and something to what you're saying is resonating with me. For those that know me, when I started my journey with the whole media thing, I was doing a lot of my media at that time with King Shine. Is you always remember my socks.
Yeah.
Always. Most
That
of the
brand
time,
awareness.
it wasn't King Shine socks, just for the record. It wasn't Deed Free socks. I do have a pair of Deed Free socks at the moment. But all I'm trying to say is that was my way of sticking out. And I told you, obviously, Taki and me is very close. We go way back. I'm waiting for him for the pod session. I know you guys are also in contact. When you get hold of him, tell him, remind him. I'm going to speak to him after this. He needs to come and take a seat. But one of the things that he actually helped me to realize is the aim of the game. And when I say the game, I don't mean cyclist or media business. The aim of the game in general is not to be remembered, it's not to be forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is my word to you for the day. The aim of the game is not to be remembered, it's not to be forgotten, man.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Going to the place of why I've got you here, my guy. The men's mental health movement, right? So
sir.
you've given us a little bit of insight as to what kind of got you interested, if I can put it that way. You had something that happened in your personal life, and that basically triggered
Or activated this.
or activated your inquisitiveness or your inquiry as to what this actually is. Right?
Yes.
You obviously have a lot more experience and knowledge on this. So before we get to the heartfelt part of the podcast, I'd maybe like you to talk a little bit about that to us. Is
Okay.
there something that is, I know it's obviously not, but I would like your opinion. Is there something that is exclusive to a certain side of our city? Is it something that's exclusive to our province, our country? Share what you know.
For me, I want this thing to go to the world.
Yeah.
I want this thing to be international, but my plan currently is to have a awareness hub. We call it an awareness hub
Okay.
in every province.
Okay.
So that's where a piece of land where men will come and they can rebuild themselves. They can take a few weeks, they hit rock bottom. They don't know which way to go, come there, let's first uplift your spirit, uplift your mood, so that we can get you into the mode of, starting to feel like you are worthy again. Get you into a space of being confident, and once we have you in a confident space, and then we can say, hey, let's see what do you know? What are you, what's your skills? we can teach you agriculture here, we can grow some food there, and all the MMH awareness campaign people, that is part of this movement. We all eat out of that. We have a restaurant that is fed, that is, powered by our garden, so then we will also create jobs there for men, we're gonna have a bike shop there. We're gonna have a woodworking shop. We're gonna have eco cabins, and these eco cabins, they will house like 12 men. And then it will also, so these eco cabins won't work on electricity, no nothing. It will have solar panels and eco waste and all of those things. So if Volkswagen decides that they want to be part of this movement and they want to sponsor a cabin, an eco cabin, they get naming rights for the eco cabin.
Okay.
And then that name goes on there. So this is like the VW house.
Okay.
Or this is the Deep Freak house. So you understand what I'm saying? So you
That's
get
a good
naming
vision,
rights.
Michael.
So then this bus that I was talking about, we want to convert it into a camper that is specialized for
Is this
the
like,
cause.
sorry to interrupt you. Is this like what we kind of see I don't know how else to put it, but we see it like on TV, the Americans, they drive with like a big caravan/caravan. So you have
That's van
driver.
life.
Is it something like that? I don't know if I'm understanding it right, so I just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
You see, the thing is, we basically van life, but we want to have the men without us having to unpack, put the tents up, do all of those things. So when we stop, we just hook on the bikes, we go in the bus, the kitchen is there, food is being prepared. There's a media team that is always there capturing every moment, and always keeping the MMH awareness page up to date as to where the guys are now, who got injured, what's the way forward, how long is it going to take for him to be able to get back onto the bike? Is he going to go home? Is he, so that people can build this character. And also to include social media, and also for us to make funds, we want to, like, say, dress up this character. So whatever you want this character to wear, you buy it and you send it. This character wears it. You understand? So you dress up your character. So you're basically sending the money, and then we buy that thing that you want this person to wear and then you can build a character.
Okay.
You see, that is
a
fun way of including social media, and people online.
Brand awareness is also very important.
Yes. So then more content will go out with regards to the campaign and the movement. So where it all started was me going through divorce and having no one to talk to. No, you don't have to say sorry. It's a choice that we made that, hey, we're not going to be together anymore because our paths are different. Direction in life is different. So we've decided to, So anyway, even though it was a choice that we made, it was still me having to deal with not being with this person that I was with, sleeping next to for 12 years. I was sleeping next to this person. Now I need to get back to me being alone now. What do I do now? And then I lost myself. I didn't have anyone to talk to. Money that I seem to be making isn't enough. My mind is not focused. I'm just all over the place. So it seems like I'm moving, but I'm actually in the same place, which I feel a lot of men feel like that sometimes. Like you are moving, you are so busy, but it feels like you are literally running on a treadmill. So to get men out of that loop, I was in that loop. And that's why I can identify it and I can say this is actually a loop. You find yourself in a social stigmatic loop of how men is supposed to be, and and because you want to live up to those standards, you lose yourself in the process. So me, I was riding and I was down and I was crying and I was emotional that day doing Uber, and I was in Algoa Park and I was like, I need someone to talk to, go through my phone, couldn't phone anyone. Not that there wasn't people to phone, but who do I speak to with regards to this? How I'm
Not
feeling.
the easiest thing to
Not
discuss.
the easiest
Yeah,
thing to
because
just talk to anyone about. And then I remember this friend of mine that lives in Algoa Park. When there, I called him, and luckily he was there. His name is Ramondo. And spoke to him, vented to him, and he said, you were sent here, because one of my things that I said to him is, even if I had a bike, I would probably ride to Cape Town right now. That's how I feel, and it was like, play still, so. And he asked, what color is your jacket? I had a red jacket on that day. I say red. The garage door, red. Opens up the garage, there stands this bike. He's like, what color is the bike?
yeah, so he donated the bike to you. He gave it to
He
you.
gave me the bike and he was like,
Yo.
what color is the bike? I'm like, it's a red bike. He says, I had this bike on sale for such a long time. I never have time to meet the people, to sell the bike, and God told me that I'm going to bless someone with the bike. And then he told me the story of the bike. His plan was also to go to Cape Town, but he made it as far as Jeffreys Bay. Him and his person wasn't in a good space, so he went as far as Jeffreys Bay, and the Lord told him, hey, and he went back, went back home, and they are fine, they are good, and ever since that time the bike was standing. So he said, like, this is, and I was like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And then I started planning, started thinking, okay, I need to give up because I'm like renting a house in Greenbushes, and they're on a farm somewhere. And now I'm here. Now the bike is here. Now I give the landlord notice. I tell him, okay, look here, I'm leaving, and I get onto the bike and I start cycling, bro. Walk all the uphills from Starins. You can go to the MMH awareness page. I pinned that video to the top. I walked up in Starins, all the uphills, I walked them because I wasn't fit. I didn't have no cycling gear, nothing. And that's how I started. And I took videos of everything and I was like, I'm doing this for my freedom. So I have the idea. I was like, I'm going to cut myself off. Even though I'm on social media, I'm going to use this as a diary and I'm going to make it public for people to see the story and my growth. Because I feel like this is going somewhere. God wouldn't be placing me in this space if I wasn't supposed to be here, So I started and people got inspired. I got to Jeffreys Bay. I was like, I need training. I'm too, So started training in Jeffreys Bay 3 months. Not 3 months, about 3 weeks. And then I decided I'm going to go to Tsitsikamma. Not to Tsitsikamma, I'm going to go to Cape Town. Started cycling. The wind got me about 40 k's before Tsitsikamma. And then, say 30 k's in front, just before Tsitsikamma. And then the rain started, so I was soaking wet. I had this bike, you can see the marks there. There was a bolt frame. I built something, a carrier that was, this bike isn't meant to carry anything, but I made a carrier and I done all of those things. I rained wet and then I was like, Dad, come fetch me in Tsitsikamma. I'm not going to go further. I need to, and came back and then I started, in the game plan. Need to. And then I started making it. I went on hikes and I started creating content and all of that. And just to free my own mind, to get into nature and all of that. So I went through to get, the freedom for myself first. I had to go out to find myself first. And then I got, saying I'm gonna go January, I'm gonna go on this trip to Cape Town. Went on a hike with this one guy called Kamahab. And then he was like, I also want to go with you, on the journey.
That's how the crowd started to
And
go.
then Didi sent me a message 2 days before the time and he's like, hey bro, but he did message me a week before that. He's thinking of going with what. And he was like, I'm buying a bike. I went to go look at this bike. I'm buying this bike. I'm coming with you on the journey. And I was like, okay. Now we're 3 guys that is going on this thing. now I got scammed even, bro. I saved up money. I got scammed. Like that is this is gonna, like if I have to really go into detail of how everything started, like bro, I lost so much trying to build this thing,
Yeah.
to get it to the point where it is now. Kamakab also got blessed with the bicycle.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because he didn't have a bicycle. He just told me like if I had a bike, I will go with, and that's how everything started.
Yeah.
And people got inspired, and I was like, you know,
That's an
I'm
inspiring
gonna
story,
I'm
bro.
gonna
That this thing
call
all
this.
started with a
Yeah.
blessing. And this is now just the summary. I'm not judging you by saying
Yeah.
this, but you went to look for a friend in need, to have a chat to him. And as you said, he said, bro, this has already been played out through the man above. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
And for you to get something I get, I can't remember if we're on or off camera now with regards to what you said. You've blessed somebody now again with this bike.
Yeah.
You know? As,
It's
for me,
JR's bike.
it's JR's bike now.
Yeah.
Okay, JR, iemand mooi achterbij wie kyk hoor. Ek weet nie
This
wat is
bike,
by
he
wie
was
se
robbed
naam
with
nie.
this bike, and then we got it back.
He was robbed of the bike.
He was robbed.
People
Yeah.
steal bikes now.
They took the bike from him.
Hectic.
That was about a month ago now. Just over a
I'm
month
glad
ago.
you're okay, bro. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really, it's you really have a lot going under the cover. You know, again, I'm not judging by saying this, but you have a really interesting story to tell,
Yeah.
and one doesn't always. The first thing that comes to mind: don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So definitely you're well on your way, my guy. I think you're doing something very good, both for Nalo Vibes, for the community, for our city also. The MMH, you're definitely putting in some work also, bruh. I'm not a cyclist per se, but I hear and understand a lot what you said. As I said now, don't judge a book by its cover. I think it's really inspiring, bro.
Can I add something, bro?
Sure, go
Yeah.
for it.
Reason why I love the car scene so much, yeah, it's because to me, it's man versus machine. If you look at the stance of a car, it's a man that comes out every day making himself look nah, making himself, but we don't know the CV is clucking.
Yeah.
We don't know that the thing don't charge the battery.
Yeah.
We don't know that the handles is broken, but the stance is there. So it represents the man that is putting on a face, bringing it out there for the world to see. Then we look at the engine, looking at the man's mind, you know, looking at the things, opening the hood, the revs being up there. That's where a man's mind is always up there. I have to make fast decisions. You know, you look at things and then you're like, hey, I need to take this corner, you know. So men always have to, you know, because of the way society has built this thing, you know, men always have to be in the fast lane.
Yeah.
You know, so
I don't actually agree with you there, boss. I don't actually agree with you there.
okay, we can. Okay, what point don't you agree with?
That men have to be in the fast lane.
According to society.
According to society.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the
Yeah.
expectation.
The expectation.
My apologies.
No,
Okay,
yes, the
okay, cool.
expectation of
Yeah, yeah.
society. Not men. No.
No,
For
no, no,
the
no. I'm not fighting
expectation-
with you. I'm just saying I have a different point of view, right?
Yeah.
For those of you that are following me, I don't know if you follow me or not. I experienced burnout last year. So you understand media
Yeah.
burnout, right?
Yes,
You're making
yes.
too many videos. You all over. Okay, not all over, but you're doing more than what you would normally do.
Yeah.
All right. For those that know me, I'm very charismatic. I'm very, very energetic. Right. If something speaks to me and say, bro, look here, this is a good opportunity for you. This is something
You will
nice
go
to
for
do.
it.
I'm 90%. I'm gonna go for it. If I'm able to do it, I'm gonna do it.
We got a similar personality.
But now, what I'm saying is, men in the fast lane is, somebody once told me last year, stop trying to be good at everything and become great at one thing.
Yes.
You want to guess what that one thing is? The pod. So I decided I'm going to go full on into the pod, into the media business, which is why you see the pop-up interviews,
Yeah.
What's Up PE, you see the business reviews going around, the
Yeah.
walkabouts, and the podcast episodes, you know? So it's not to say that you're wrong. That's not what I meant at all. But I'm saying similar to what you're saying with the MMH. You need to focus on sustaining yourself so that you can put out amazing content to others. Because I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to speak to you as somebody that has never spoken to you before.
Yeah.
Your message, your journey, your content, and the documentation that you've been putting in right now might be speaking to somebody else that you've never met before. And as you rightfully said before this, you've become so brand aware now that the things that you are doing, showing off, dressing, speaking, wearing, the color of your hair, the way you've broken it down to me that you've got a color scheme towards each and every single thing is showing you being versatile.
Yes.
You know, and with you being versatile, it's doing good for you at this present moment in time with your audience, bro. You check. So I can't speak too much on your methods because I believe each person is importantly
own,
different.
yeah.
You know, I told you this beforehand and on the beginning of the pod as well. We do stuff similarly, like we both do business activations, advertising, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing more on camera, as I know. I might be wrong.
Yes.
Apologies if I'm omitting anything. But I got into printing, into digital boards, cups, business cards, you know, things like that. I got entangled with in last year, and it's nice to see somebody. Let me put it this way: it's nice to see somebody do something similar to you, but in a different way.
Yes, sir.
It makes you go back and check, like, hey, I invested like 200 days doing printing. Was printing really the way to do it? Because I mean, yeah, I met Nalo now. I don't think we've spoken properly before today.
Nah, never.
But
We met
now-
before, but not
we don't
like,
have a conversation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, rightfully, on the other side of the board, it could be you know, you're doing a lot of digital work. You're like, hey, bro, this man is now triggering something here in me. What's wrong with me? Why can't I do printing? Why have I not been engraving? Or you know what I'm trying to say, bro?
Yeah.
So, congratulations on your journey so far. I'm not going to say goodbye to you when you leave here because I believe our paths will cross again. You
We're
know,
actually cycling to Pretoria on Monday.
to
We
Pretoria.
are supporting another team, amateur team,
Okay.
that started. I have a gender-based violence and children abuse campaign that they have. You know, Cycle for Change. So they are news into the cycling. You know, they are 18 years old, like around
So
that
it's
age
youngsters,
group.
youth?
So it's youngsters,
Okay.
yes. But the leadership qualities that I see in this young man is phenomenal. At that
Give him a
age,
shout out.
you know, Mivuyo, Kabo. So they were in the newspaper last week with regards to this that they are doing, you know, and I approached him, people sending me messages like screenshots, hey, these guys are, you know, they are like new, they're doing this. And, you know, I was like, God is speaking to me,
Yeah.
you know. And then I contacted, reached out, and he said that we can have a meeting and all of that. And I sent him links and everything about the movement. So I said, we are experienced in this thing. So I don't want to come and take the shine. I just want to come and support you and make sure that you cross the finish line.
Yeah.
Make sure that you know, you take the safety measures that you need to take. You know, all of those things. And fixing the bikes. If something breaks, we are able to assist you, you know, to fix the bike. You
So
come
they're
up with
also
a plan.
cycling, no?
They're cycling,
Okay.
yes. So it's his campaign that he's doing, and he's also helping young men in the car scene.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Where in
to have a
Pretoria is he living?
view. Sorry?
Where in Pretoria is he living?
No, he's living in PE.
Oh,
He lives
okay,
in PE.
okay.
Yeah, up there by Rowellen Park side.
Okay.
On that side up there.
Okay.
You know, so his mother is also a very famous radio presenter.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's getting a lot of help from her as
Okay.
well. You know, so that is going to boost his campaign. So us as MMH, me and JR, as we discussed, we just want to be there to support them because they are new. You know, we are not there for anything else. Just make sure that these young boys get to their destination, you know, safely and not giving up. And they keep motivating because one of our slogans is "No man rides alone."
No
And
man
that's why
rides alone.
Yes. That's why we reached out.
Do you mind if I label this episode Brag with your Brain, Nalo Vibes, No Man Rides Alone? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
alright with you?
That's blessed.
Okay.
That's
Nee,
good.
cool. I'm getting into the twilight of the pod now, so this is just try to break the mood. It wasn't a
Yeah.
serious talk, but it's just so that people
Yes.
can have a little bit of insight that Nalo is a human being, he's got his own choices, etc.
Yeah.
Your type of music that you listen to, not necessarily on the road.
More classical, instrumental vibes.
Okay. No problem. Do you play an instrument?
No, I don't.
Okay. No, I'm just asking. It's cool. Who's
No,
your favorite?
but I got music also. I can rap very well. I can freestyle
Okay.
like a bomb, you know, like stuff like that. But it's not stuff that I want to promote. That's
Yeah.
not something. It's something that I can do.
Okay.
But it's not something that I would want
So
to
your
promote.
personal collection.
That is my personal,
Ah.
my and I like certain local music. You know,
We're gonna
that
get to
is
that now.
inspiring.
We're gonna get to that now. Yeah.
I also listen to like reggae. I like listening to
Yeah.
reggae, conscious music,
Okay.
music that makes you think, you know, music that makes you, you know, think like, hey, yo, what am I busy with? You know, you ask yourself questions.
Yeah.
You're like, am I living like this? You know, am I portraying this? You know, because that's what conscious music is. It's
Correct.
about, you know, what am
The
I
message
doing?
coming out.
You know, what am I reflecting to the world?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't expect such a answer, but yeah, and I hear you. What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport would probably,
You don't need to be playing it, even if it's just to watch it.
my favorite sport would probably be cycling.
Cycling. Okay, cool.
Because it opens up the mind. It allows blood flow. You know, it also teaches you, you know, that the road is long. You know, there's an uphill, but you're gonna stop.
Yeah.
You're gonna go the uphill. It's gonna burn. But when you get up there, you're victorious.
Yeah.
When you get to the destination, you just, you know,
Yeah.
like when you are on the road and you think all of the negative things,
Yeah.
the road will look long.
Yeah.
But if you are in the moment and you're like, you know, I'm just here to find myself again.
Okay.
Remember that I'm here to find myself, where I stand by myself, you know. So then you go with that mindset, and then it just opens up your mind to new thoughts, new ideas, new things. It's like running
Yeah.
to some people.
What's Nalo's favorite animal?
A cat
A cat.
and a horse.
And a horse. Okay. Nee. Shout for your time, bro. Really appreciate it. Before we get out of here, any shout outs you want to give? Any businesses, any sponsors, partners you're working with, people you have been working with?
Okay, I
Or
want to give a
maybe
big
just a
shout
friend or
out to How's It Boot. They are standing with us with regards to, you know,
You can go through the
growing
door.
and making sure that the brand, you know, resonate. Like he resonates with the brand
Yeah.
because he is doing something similar where he's teaching men, you know, or people
Yeah.
skills, you know, and he wants to let people, the young generation, grow. You know,
Okay.
he wants the young generation to flourish.
Yeah.
With skills and all of that, and not, you know, complain.
Yeah.
So big shout out to them. King Shine always there for us.
Okay.
You know, Gino's driving school, they came on board with us. 420 corner, helping out where they can.
Yeah.
You know, you that has seen the value in the brand.
Shout out,
And want to give a big shout out to the studio master as well.
Yeah.
You know what it is. So and it's Undefeated photography.
There you go.
You know what it is. It's
you
full vibes out here, man.
Now wait. Short for your time, bro. Ne?
Blessed
Thank you very
be.
much. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you guys have any ideas, comments, like, subscribe, you can drop it down below. As always, my email address will be down below. So if you guys would like to participate, if you have an idea of who should be the next person in the seat, let us know. Short for tuning in.
You know what it is.
Now wait.